Let's talk about the most controversial, uncomfortable, weirdest thing about you guys and just get it out of the fucking way.
Okay, let's go.
Do you really like Canada?
Oh, man. I mean, I do.
Because you act like you do on your Instagram, and I want to tell you, it makes me really uncomfortable.
I like all the activities and stuff here. Yeah, it's been a nice change for me. It's like we live really close to Banff and some like very popular tourist areas, and I have to say it's been really nice this year specifically because the border closed, and so there's no tourists. Because usually Banff is like it's like the capital, it's like selfie stick capital of the world, and it go there in the summertime. Which is when it's the most beautiful, I think. And so it's been nice to not have to like battle with people and their selfie sticks.
Is that your way of avoiding being racist? Are you saying there's a lot of Japanese tourists there?
It is a very popular tourist destination for Asians. They go Vancouver. I think Vancouver gets a lot of Chinese immigration, and then the Chinese population travels to Banff kind of exclusively in the summertime. And that's not being racist. It just I don't know a lot of them that
it's a cultural phenomenon, but the two can be conflated so easy this year. But I don't think you'll be canceled. No one in Canada can get canceled.
Yeah,
and there's a huge population out in Western Canada. My sister lives in Vancouver, and she said that the last several years has just been massive influx from Asia.
Yeah, and it's kind of jacking up the housing market in Vancouver too, because a lot of Chinese investors. Definitely, right? Yeah, they buy like properties to rent, and it's messing it up for people who are trying to live there year round. But
I don't know the exact details, but Canada did something where if you put $1 million in the bank there, you could then move there, and then you could also. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, a noise.
Oh, I just heard. I just heard some weird noise. There was some incentive there. There was incentivizing a lot of rich Chinese people to move there, and I think it was during a time that the Chinese population, the public, and I don't know the economics about it, but they were pulling their money out of their country as fast as they could. And there were a few cities, I think Sydney and Vancouver and Hong Kong basically just got destroyed. They had just too much money come in too fast. I jumped on a plane once in San Francisco to go to Vancouver. This is, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. And as I'm getting on the plane, I realized, I'm the only white person on the plane. These are all Chinese people. And I started like really having anxiety, like I was getting on the wrong plane. I'm like, oh shit, I need to double check. This doesn't make any sense. And they did everything in Chinese and in English. It was cool. But that's how many. And the city was beautifully clean with tons and tons of vacancies. Like you were saying, they were just buying up. They were finding a place to shelter their money, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Meredith, are you going through any kind of process to try to get a residency in Canada or anything like that? I only ask because my mom and sister both tried, and my mom was basically unable to do it, and my sister was successful in doing so.
Yeah, so I actually have residency. I have I'm a permanent resident, which is the Canadian equivalent of like having a green card in the U.S. The process for me, it's kind of complicated coming from the U.S. Canada has a lot of handshake agreements with countries like the UK and Australia. It's very easy. It's not as easy for a US citizen. So I basically came over on a 1-year limited work visa and then immediately started applying for permanent residency, because that process takes up to a year, and then it can take another year to be approved. So I got that last year, I think, actually. And then if I stay here for 3 out of the next 5 years, I can apply for Canadian citizenship, which is a similar process to what goes on in the UK or in the US. Take an exam or whatever and go to the courthouse, fill out some paperwork, and then you're a dual citizen.
Will all that, sorry, Brian, will all that go away when you guys get married? I saw you guys, congratulations, by the way. You guys got engaged on October 10th, 2020.
It's very specific.
Yes. Very thorough. And will that go away when you guys get married? Can you just like plug into Alex's citizenship, or how does that work?
It doesn't go away. It's similar to the US, where a lot of people think if you get married, you're just automatically a citizen. If I didn't have my permanent residency yet, it would accelerate that process. But as far as the time to take the citizen exam, all the residency requirements stay the same. So it doesn't eliminate that process for me anyways. And also we don't have a date. So it's like if I can take the exam next year. I don't even know if we'll be married before then.
Why did you guys choose Canada? By the way, Banff sounds awesome, by the way. I haven't been there, but I've heard a ton about it. But why did you choose Canada over North Carolina? Did you draw straws, or?
I was about to start working at like a law firm, and I couldn't give that up. Like it was it started on. I actually took a year off when I graduated law school. Before I started articling, I asked for that year so I could compete in CrossFit, and that's when we met. So when it was up for debate whether I was going to move there or she was going to move here, it wasn't really a debate. She kind of just said, like, I'll move. So it was an easy decision for me.
Yeah, because you didn't go anywhere.
And hard to leave your sister, Merridith?
It was hard. It's hard to leave my family. So that was kind of a weird year for me. It was a transitional year anyways. So I quit my job back in like the end of 2016 to just play for a year and kind of figure out what I wanted to do. I worked in pharmaceuticals, and I was fully planning on going back. Well, biopharmaceuticals, not the bougie first world stuff.
Okay.
So I was kind of trying to figure out if I was going to go back to work for that company and what I wanted to do. But, I left a whole life behind. I used to be married to a man. And so it was, for me, North Carolina, it's my home. It's where I grew up. But it was also kind of, I felt like it was holding me back. And I even before I looked at moving to Calgary, I was sort of kicking around the idea of just moving west to Denver or someplace in California, just to kind of to get away from that for a period of time. Even though it meant leaving my family, I needed a bit of a break and a fresh start from the life that I had walked away from. So